Hi, I'm Cherry BombBomb, and you're watching Orgasm Central TV.
So how'd you get started in this industry?
Okay, so this was actually something that I've always really been interested in, but I was always a single parent. I went to school full time. I worked two full-time jobs. I never had the time, and I guess maybe some of the confidence, lacked some of the confidence too. And then I had a job working banquets. And one of my coworkers was like, "Hey, have you ever heard of Strip Chat? Have you ever done OnlyFans before?" And I was like, "No, but I wanted to." And he was like, "You should check this site out. I think you'd be great at it." Later that night, I went and I checked out Strip Chat. I made an account. I went live later that night or the next day, I think. And I just fell in love with it. And that was it. It's been like ever since then, just nonstop. I think I'm coming up on my 3 years. Been able to quit both of my full-time jobs since then. And I'm just doing this full time, which has been amazing. It's a lot though, but it's amazing.
So what do you like most about your work and what do you like the least?
What do I like most? My freedom. I like knowing that I'm able to be at home. I can take my kid to school every day, pick my kid up. I can do whatever I want when I want. Um, I like not having to work for someone, but I also like just the freedom and all the everything that comes with it. It's seriously such a rewarding job. I love what I do so much. Probably okay, what was the question? What do I love the most and what do I not and what I dislike?
Yeah, what do I like? What do you like the least?
Okay, what I like the least would be the inconsistency, especially because I do a lot of live streaming. Some months can be like you can make your rent in freaking like an hour. Some days you can take a couple weeks to make your rent. You know what I mean? It's always inconsistent. So that can be a little bit stressful, especially when you're used to coming from working, a normal job and you get that consistent paycheck every week, every 2 weeks. So that was a little bit hard to adjust to at first, but then I just had to learn about getting on like every kind of platform you can think of and just having different revenues coming in the background so I wasn't just depending on one thing. So that helped eliminate some of the stress from that as well.
Okay. And what was your favorite scene to shoot?
Oh boy. um That's a hard one. I'm so bad when I get asked like questions on the spot. Okay, favorite scene to shoot. Ugh, I gotta
Yeah.
be honest. Like, I always make the best out of all of my all of my scenes and stuff, but I've had a lot of really bad, like, not such great uh experiences with people. Honestly, when I shot for what was the name of the company? Private Society. I really enjoyed them. I did 2 anal scenes for him, and I loved working for that company. I don't do a lot of, like, pro or paid scenes, it's just not really my thing. I would, but I don't know, I never really put too much effort into it, to be honest. But when I did that scene for them, I loved that, and just the way that they treated me, they were so awesome, respectful, they were amazing company to work for, and those were very fun scenes that I did for them. I, like, ate my cream pie out of my ass, and it was so fun. I, like, got flown out there, they treated me so good, I was like, "Damn, I can get used to this." That was probably one of my best experiences.
And what companies are you dying to shoot with?
Who am I down to shoot for?
Yeah, who you dying to shoot with?
Oh, to be completely honest, this may sound bad. I don't have any companies that like I started this as a solo creator and I got in this wanting to just be a solo creator and do my own thing and make my own content. And if scenes came along the way, like if a company wanted to hire me or pay me for a scene, depending on who it was, I would consider it. So I don't really get that very many opportunities, and it's not really something that I put a lot of time and effort into. And now that I have my partner Slade, I'm really not even looking to work with other people at the moment unless it was like a great company or someone that would really benefit me in my career at this point.
There's a lot of femdom stuff out there too. You can make a lot of money with that.
Yeah, so I'm sure you've seen some of my cucking stuff with my cucky and like the CBT and stuff that I do.
I don't think I've seen all. You want to talk about
Some
that?
of it. What's that?
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so I have like so many, I'm like a true switch. So I have a lot of different sides. So it's kind of even hard to keep up with me and my brand in a way because I have my solo stuff. I have my collabs that I do with guys. Then I have now my couples content that I just rebranded beginning of this year. Um,
Mm.
and then I also have all my cucking and CBT things. So like I hit a lot, like I do a lot of fetish things, a lot of my custom or a lot of my cucking and like the CBT, that's like a thing in its own. Um, so I hit a lot. So I'm like the definition of a true switch, meaning I could be like very dominant but submissive at the same time, which a lot of people are not very aware of like what a switch is kind of.
Yeah, they don't.
Um,
Yeah, they don't have the BDSM nomenclature down.
Yeah, but so yeah, I really actually love my cooking stuff. It's a lot of fun.
So here's one of those long-winded questions. Like according to the 2022 Free Speech Coalition, 46% of adult workers have been restricted on services like PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. 36% of adult performers have lost at least one bank account.
Yeesh.
55% have been denied insurance because of their background, and 50% have been denied a loan because of sex work. What do you think of those statistics?
That made my heart hurt for a minute. That sucks. It's hard and that is really shitty that like we get the backlash and everyone always thinks that we're like such terrible people and we shouldn't get the same rights that like regular people do or we don't even work hard or there's this thing going around that we don't pay taxes. Let me tell you, world, this was the first time in my life where I actually paid taxes because of what I'm doing in this because of what I'm doing, I pay, I don't get money back anymore. I work for myself, and even with having a kid every year, I got money back. I'd be like, yeah, it's tax season. This time, working in the industry, tax season is sad. If you're not saving money throughout the year to pay your taxes at the end of the year, like you're fucking up because you're gonna have a lot to pay. So it's sad that we don't get treated and get the same rights because we're like literally the same, if not like we get it so much harder. I've been really fortunate to where like my tax guy has been specialized in the adult industry. I have to pay more, of course, to use him, but like certain things, like I really did my research, with like what processor I went with or who I gave my money to or what bank account. So that's really important to do that or also find your community people that you trust that you can ask them, hey, who do you use for your taxes? Hey, who do you use for banking? And usually they can direct you in the right way of like who's safe for, adult industry and stuff like that.
Hmm. So how do you think people can support sex workers?
By not thinking that we're all fucking idiotic drug addicts that just throw filth out and sleep with people untested and like we get such bad reps like when I told everyone in my life because I had made that choice, this is what I'm doing, I'm going to let everyone in my life know you're either going to accept it or you can be on your way. I'm almost 40. If I'm not hurting someone with my actions, I'm not going to change. um but oh my gosh, I'm such a stoner. I lost track. What was I
Oh,
answering? I'm so
like how can people support sex workers? And you said you're almost 40.
Oh yeah, everyone was like, you need to be careful, you're gonna catch diseases, everyone is drug addicts, this and that. And I'm like, actually, it's the total opposite. Like civilians are the ones that are sleeping with everyone untested. Like everyone in the industry, as far as, like, yeah, of course, there's those stories that everyone's like passing this around doing that. But like the people that I've encountered for the most part, they will not sleep with anyone past 2 weeks. Like they're very diligent. They have rule. Like a lot of them are either in recovery or they don't use drugs and alcohol. So it's like it's sad that the world has just given us this really bad reputation when in fact that's just not who we all are, and they should just give us a fair shot. And also like people think, oh, what you're doing is bad. Like I grew up in an extremely religious household. Like I went to Hebrew school, but I also had to go to church because I had a Christian Jew. Like I had religion thrown down, so it's like you're going to hell for what you're doing. And I'm like, I look at it as like I'm an outlet for people. They can come to me, people who I'd rather them come to me and get their kinks and fetishes or their desires and fantasies out on me than maybe going and doing it. And you know what I mean? Like I know that sounds maybe crazy, but like I love being a safe place for people on the internet. And it's more about just being like a freaking whore on the internet. It's about having somewhere where they can come. Like streaming is really big for me because I get to know my fans. We get to hang out, we get to talk. It's like so much more than just sex. And I went to school for psychology. So it's like at the end of the day, it's just so much more than just being a slut on the internet to me. It's about having that power, that control to make someone's day, to change someone's life potentially. I know it sounds crazy, but we do have that power being sex workers.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. We just
Well,
have to learn to use it the correct way, you know, and always like do that and stick to ourselves and be true to ourselves.
so what makes you stand out in this industry?
Oh, well, I mean, not only by just the way I look, because I'm like, it's weird. I don't really like attention, yet the way I look, I can't go anywhere without getting attention, if that makes sense. So just my look in itself, I think I'm kind of hard to forget, but um, I'm just a really like I'm a dork. I was homeschooled my whole life. I had a big family, like I'm just a normal person. Like I don't see myself as like, oh, just some cool girl on the internet. Like I'm just a person at the end of the day. Like I just want to make you come. Like I'm obsessed with money too. So that's like also what fuels it. But like I just really, really love what I do and it's so much fun. And it's just it's a big part of life too. But it's so weird because I had no idea how huge the porn world was until I like really dove in and got involved and I'm like, this is like a world in its own, you know? It's crazy.
Yeah, because of the blue hair, you definitely look like Marie Canker from Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Oh my gosh, I know what you're talking about. So I actually did the blue is probably just this or maybe like a year, not even. I've always had platinum blonde hair. And then I just wanted something different. It wasn't even supposed to be this color, but she fucked up my hair, so I stuck with it. I liked it. I owned it. Oh, but yeah, so what would make me stick out? I guess like my personality. Because I'm just so much more than a sex worker is how I think of myself, how I put it out there. Like there's a lot of quirkiness to me also that makes me different from the rest. Like if you go on my page, I feel like what I post is me. I take a lot of pride in like I literally do not use filters. Like I'll meet some of the people that I work with and they're like, "Oh, you look so much better in real life than on the internet." And at first I was taking that as an insult. I was like, "What the fuck? Is this like bad? Does this mean my shit I'm putting on the internet is bad? Do I look bad, you guys?" And then I asked one of them once, he's like, "No, it means like you look like you, but when we see you in person, like that's you, but even better. Like there was no filter. Like we don't see you and you're like, oh shit, like where's all your makeup or you look different?" And I was like, oh, okay, I get what you're saying now. So like I take pride in the fact like this is me. If I have stretch marks, if I have hair places where it shouldn't be, like sorry, you're either gonna love me or the next person will. Like, if I sit there all day and just like ridicule and tear myself apart and look at my content and edit this and that, no, I just put it how it is. So that's also something that I feel like kind of like sets me out, or at least I like to think that makes me a little bit different. What you see is what you get.
So, where do you see yourself in like 5 to 10 years?
Mm, that's a good question. Definitely. So my ultimate goal in this is to just live happily ever after with Slade and for our couple's content to just like go booming and take off and that just be like what we can, that be like my number one bread maker or breadwinner, whatever.
Yeah.
And just to do that. So I really never thought that I would meet uh my partner in porn. But I did. So things have changed. And so now I'm just really excited about doing this, doing all that with him. So we'll see where that takes us. But that's definitely where I see myself is like, I want to do this until the wheels fall off. Like my goal is like, I don't care about being famous, like clout, all that dies. Like, I just want to be a legend. I want people to come to my content when I'm 10 feet under the ground. You know what I mean? Like, Like Sasha Grey, everyone will know who Sasha Grey is, like, forever and ever. Like, she's the first person I ever started watching because porn or interracial gangbangs. Like, she was the person who was like, made me like, oh my God, fucking gangbangs, interracial. Oh my God. Like, I'll forever remember her. That's like how I want to be, like everyone's always gonna come to my content, it's gonna be out there forever. So that's like my goal in life to just live happily ever after off of my porn.
And what's your greatest accomplishment in this industry?
Oh, in the industry? Mm. I guess it would be being able to quit two full-time jobs and do this. Within the first year, actually, I quit both jobs and just doing this full time. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of fucking work. I eat, sleep, breathe this fucking life to survive, but it's worth it. So I think that's a huge accomplishment in itself. A lot of people don't even know all of the scenes that I have like thrown out in my first year. I must have put out at least 30 scenes. But unfortunately, a lot of the people that I worked with either didn't put our scenes out or I never got tagged or it is what it is. So like a lot of people don't even know all the scenes and all the work that I've done. So I really put in the work, and the first year or two, I must have gone to, oh my gosh, so many events. I've gone to Miami 2 times. I've gone to XBiz in Amsterdam. This is my first year not going to the XBiz LA since I got in the industry. I just wanted a break. I'm gonna be doing AVN. So I like really traveled and did all these different events and industry events and filmed a lot like all over the world. So those to me are like, accomplishments throughout my career.
Have you been to
What about you?
Exotica?
I've been to Exotica in Chicago when I first started. Yeah, I
Oh,
did go to
Chicago.
Exotica Chicago. I want to go to Exotica Jersey because I'm from East Coast. So that's my next one. Slade and I decided after AVN we're gonna kind of just take a break from all the events. Like my first couple years, it was just so much traveling and this and that. And at the end of the day, if you really think about it, it's like, is this benefiting my life? Is this benefiting my career? Is this benefiting my relationships? Is this benefiting me as being a mother or,
Yeah.
so I just want to take a step back and just kind of focus on my relationship with Slade. And, I really want to go to more music festivals and travel, but not so much for work, because it used to be, let me go to an event so I can get in as many scenes as I can, being a single parent, it's not easy. So soon, whenever I can travel, I would try and just like pile up as many scenes as I can while I was at that event, and just get that in so I'd be good. But now that I have a partner, like things are different. I don't need to go and like stockpile. I don't need to, so I'm like, I don't need to do some different. I'll gonna start doing things differently.